Hello, everyone. Here's Relic Jones here for a discussion. We're going to have a series of discussions on an anime called Zatch Bell or Gosh Bell. It's one of my favorite personal ones. And for our first discussion, we're going to talk about what are Mamodo. After all, the entire concept, the premise of the show, if you will, are that 100 Mamodo children are sent to Earth to fight to become the Mamodo King. So, what is a Mamodo after all? A Mamodo is a magical creature from the, Mamodo world. They have special magical powers like electricity or gravity or transforming into other things. And they're all chosen, like the 100 are chosen by the current king and the Mamodo school principal to go to Earth. Their magic powers are then condensed into these books. So there's 100 books given to the Mamodo. They're all different colors to match the different Mamodo, and they're sent to Earth to fight it out. Well, they can't read the books. So they need to eventually go find a human partner that can read the book. And this is where we have, like in the show, Zatch meets Kyo's father, and then Kyo's father sends him to Zatch, and then Keo only finds out that he's Zatch's partner by mispronouncing Zatch's name, saying Zakir, and blowing up his whole room. It's a pretty funny idea. Let's go into a Mamodo physiology, like how their bodies differ than us. Well, some differ greatly with like Barry. Barry looks a little off. Some of them look like trolls, like the one that Barry fought looked like a green troll or an orc or Shrek. It looks a lot like Shrek with Zatch's hair. It's really weird. Some can vary, but most of them look like maybe really off, but human children. So how would you tell the difference between a human child and a Mamodo child other than the whole book concept and having to fight? Well, we see in a scene where Keo has to bathe Zatch because his mom is making him take care of Zatch like a child, like Keo's child, to teach Keo responsibility and to care for others because he's like the loner. But he's giving him a bubble bath, and when he's washing his hair, he's like, "What's this?" Most Mamodos have horns. They have horns either hiding in their hair or visible, as some of them are. And that's one of the traits. Another trait that they have is they have two lines directly under their eyes. And I believe this is a callback to a premise, like an original concept that is shown in the manga, actually. The author of the manga and some of them show like really funny scenes of him doing his job, writing Zatch Bell. And one of them showed that they were originally going to be toys, like little action figures you put together. Japan likes that kind of stuff. But you can see even like in Nutcrackers how their mouths open and you see the line directly under their eyes with that. Actually, Kiddo is a big inspiration with this, like draws from the action figures where the tin soldiers idea that come out of his mouth or the cannons. That's a lot of Kiddo's design there too. But that's why a lot of Mamoto have the line under their eye. At least I believe. I don't know if that's proven. Another element that's written into what it means to be a Mamodo is large appetites. I know that's pretty funny because like characters like Goku and like every anime character, main character is like, I love to eat a bunch of meat. But in Zatch Bell, it's written into what it means to be a Mamodo, is they like to eat a lot of food. Zatch loves his yellowtail tuna, and he will literally unhinge his jaw. This is mainly for comedic effect, but he will unhinge his jaw and eat an entire yellowtail tuna. We see this in the first episode. It's a very big, common concept. But we also see in a scene with Brago later on, he actually explains why Mamoto do this after he defeated a gigantic alligator, like a 20-foot alligator, and he's eating on it. He's mocking Sherry, which is his partner. He mocks her, saying, "Why are you cooking your food? Don't you get it? If you eat it raw, you'll get more energy." And that goes to another thing. Mamodo spells and Mamodos themselves are fueled by something called uh, like inner power or inner strength. I need to look it into a little bit more, but I think it's power from within. I think that's the concept. So eating raw meat, it either gives them more power from within, or it gives them more physical endurance, like to run their body instead of their spells. to be able to do this because Mamodo, they regenerate faster. They're faster than humans. They're stronger than regular humans. Because, I mean, all these are little children, but you'll see them like destroying cars and blowing up stuff, even with their own fists, without their spells. So Mamoto's are going to get a stat boost from other people. If this was a D&D term, they get better stats than humans do. And also with the spells, I would like to talk about, there's a lot of different iterations of spells. The human partner cannot just read all the spells from the get-go. The Mamodos have to, the more battles they get and the power from which side they get, they unlock more spells. And eventually they have like ultimate, like finisher spells, like Zatch's Balza Kerga, or like intermediary spells if we're talking about the card game. Because Zatch Bell had a card game, and that's a whole other discussion video on itself. The card game. There's also like middle stage spells like uh, Balzarook, I believe. I'm trying to remember that off the top of my head. Balzarook, he gets a massive speed and attack boost from that. But that seems to be all that really gives the premise of what Mamodos are. And if more information comes up, I'll update the series and that. But this was the discussion on just Mamodos in general, get everyone up to speed for when I have to get into depth with a lot of the characters, both Mamodo and human. Well, if you liked discussions like this, please leave a comment down below. Tell me another discussion where who should be the next character that we talk about in Zatch Bell. If you like this kind of content or any of the other content that I've had, like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. You know, keep me in touch. But this was Relic Jones. See you on the next video.